I can still remember back in 2013, I was pretty invested on social media and things like that. I had my Xbox One pre-ordered and paid off and was excited for the actual release of that. I was going to GameStop for the midnight launch. I had 4 or 5 games ready to go. I got the year of Xbox Live Gold. If you guys remember that one, it was like the Killer Instinct one. It's like metal, and it gave you like Shadow Jago as a character or whatever. And I was super hyped for that. And then I got on the internet, and everybody was like just pissed off at Xbox, and then so I did a video that was like, hey, I'm getting an Xbox over PS4, here's why. And people just literally attacked me over that. It was so strange to me, and the reason was it was because the games, like, they weren't there on the PlayStation side. Microsoft side, they were there, including stuff like Killer Instinct and Titanfall looked like a huge hit to me, and it was. And Sony really came around to have some games 2018, 2019, and Microsoft fell off the face of the planet, and so I played more PlayStation at that time. And now we see, Microsoft and Sony, they fight back and forth. It's just one of those things that you can't really say enough about Microsoft being able to come back and fight. And I think a lot's going to come from this. Like, Microsoft has a clear plan. Yes, it's not always going to be, the plan that everybody wants. Some people don't like subscriptions, but I think you're going to always be able to buy your games. They're always going to, be there to sell your games. Hell, here we are almost in 2023, and people can still buy CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays, despite the fact that most of us use, digital and things like that. There's still going to be these companies that want to take advantage of the people that will buy their stuff. So, with that being said, I think that it makes sense that Microsoft does stuff like this and makes these type of announcements. And when we see other people sort of make these types of announcements, it just makes you go, wow, that's, I see what they're doing. I think that's pretty cool, and I want to get into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly do appreciate it. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys all have a great holiday. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of these videos, because guess what? That's my goal. I know it's a stupid, silly goal, but it's one that I'm looking forward to. And honestly, it's just honestly something that I'm looking forward to getting out there. So yeah, please help me out any way that you can. I would love that. It would be pretty damn amazing. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of people that are like, well, why does Microsoft want to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, and why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Well, according to this, Call of Duty on Game Pass would have a notable impact on subscriber numbers, according to one analyst anyway. Call of Duty's inclusion in a gaming subscription service would have a notable impact. Piers Harding Rolls, research director of Ampere Games, told Game Industry Biz, and I quote, "If Call of Duty is added day and date to Game Pass, it will have a notable impact on subscriber numbers. Additionally, the inclusion of Warzone with added Game Pass perks will help with engagement and retention. Call of Duty is regular and big enough to provide a meaningful bump to the subscription opportunity, which in turn may result in publishers reviewing their AAA budgets, product, and monetization strategies." He was also quick to note that Activision Blizzard has been inactive in terms of bringing its games to content services so far. So the actual extent of positive impact is not really known. While some Call of Duty titles have been included in PlayStation Plus, they are typically a few years older. Harding Rolls continued, and I quote, "It is difficult to say whether this would amount to a tipping point in publisher attitudes towards subscription services. Commercially, there are still a lot of question marks in terms of balancing the books for many publishers, and service catalogs are small compared to the broader platform game collections." This comments follow reports that Microsoft has indeed offered Sony the rights to offer Call of Duty on its PlayStation Plus subscription service. Bloomberg claims that the offer has been made in an effort to appease the U.S.'s FTC and to get Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal actually approved. The publication claims that Microsoft has offered the concession in addition to its 10-year offer to release the franchise on PlayStation consoles, and it also entered a similar agreement with Nintendo. Bloomberg understands that Sony has yet to accept the deal as it continues to fight against the merger, which would see Microsoft take control of the industry's largest third party and one of its largest franchises. Microsoft giving Sony the ability to include the franchise as part of its subscription service could be one way to offset the argument that Microsoft would be able to unfairly compete by offering the world's biggest multi-platform console game for a small monthly fee in its ecosystem. Now, Call of Duty, the shooter franchise that regularly tops the best-selling lists for console games, could theoretically have been exclusive to Microsoft platforms following the deal. However, since the announcement of Microsoft's intention to acquire Activision, the company has assured that it wouldn't lock the game away at least for a decade. And also, we heard about Brad Smith before talking about it, how it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to do so anyway. Like, again, I just feel like, you know, a game that's making $1 billion in a week, you definitely don't want to lose that, and you know, but you're still going to sell the game. Like, those hardcore PlayStation fanboys, they're not going to buy an Xbox. You know, they have, you know, Sony on the brain. You know, they're hardcore. They are like, no Xbox. I'll pay $100 to buy a game on PlayStation. I'll spend $1,000 on a PlayStation and $100 on the game. No Xboxes for me. You know, that's their mentality. So Microsoft will continue to make money off of those people. Will there be some that switch? Sure. Will there be some that use the subscription service? Absolutely. But when a game is selling, you know, 25 million copies a year, I still think it's going to be negligible, the amount that you're going to see drop off in terms of sales. I think the people that are used to buying it every year are still going to buy it, but I think that the people that maybe gave up on it years ago will go back to it once it's in a subscription service, and I think that's going to help grow the game even more. And so I think that all this kind of arguments and all these things that we keep seeing is really kind of moot. And, you know, I want to see how Microsoft can, you know, I want to see them compete when there's not all this nonsense, right? Like, let's just see what Microsoft can do with the gloves off against Sony with the gloves off. You know, I think it's going to really pay off for us fans. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about, you know, to be completely honest with you. And I do hope that we see, you know, more things from Microsoft in the future in terms of these types of announcements. You know, listen, Call of Duty being able to do these things, and you know, I think would be great. You know, I'm excited to see where the future leads, and what can happen in the future with, you know, with Call of Duty and just in general the amount of games and things that Microsoft can get. So with that being said, I'm going to link this in the description. You fine folks, please check it out. Let me know what you think. Rack them up, fact them up, crap gamer them up. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Crap gamer out.